back to my channel. Today I'm here with a new video, and today I'm going to be sharing with you all some of my favorite concealers that I love to wear. I tell y'all time and time again, I only rotate between maybe 3 to 4 concealers, but lately I have picked up some concealers that I actually do like. So I'm going to start out with, I feel like, my holy grail concealers, and then I'm going to mention a few that I actually do like, but they're not yet like holy grail status, because a lot of the concealers that I recently picked up are new releases and I haven't like worn them for a long period of time, so I don't feel comfortable yet saying certain products are my holy grails because I haven't had them a long months to really say that this is a holy grail product. But the ones that are my holy grail products, I have tried them out for months. They're tried and true, and I know for a fact that these actually work. Creasy under eye, so a lot of concealers just don't work, and the ones that are my holy grails, these definitely are creaseless, and they do a lot of other things that might help you out, not just with creasing. But anyway, let's just get right into this. First concealer that I'm going to mention is absolutely #1 holy grail status. This is the Givenchy Teint Couture Everwear Concealer, and a couple of y'all told me that you actually went out and picked this up and you really like it, which I'm so happy about. What I love about this concealer is that it is creaseless. A lot of concealers claim to be creaseless, long wearing, and they are not. This, I know for a fact, like, this is creaseless. You could wear this pretty much for 24 hours straight and this is not going to crease on you. This is not going to move. It's not going anywhere. This really smooths any texture under your under eye, any fine lines. This blur complaint is that they don't have a lot of shades, but this is like holy grail status. The coverage on this is light to medium. You could possibly build this up, but I wouldn't. I like the coverage that this gives, and the finish, this is a more natural, radiant finish. I just love how this personally looks under my under eyes, and I never have an issue with this concealer when it comes to creasing. And I'm in the shade 4X Holy Grail concealer. Is from Ysl. This is the Ysl Touché Eclat High Coverage Radiant Under Eye Brightening Pen. This has a very long name. I don't just use this under my under eyes. I like to use it sometimes on dark marks on my face when I don't feel like putting makeup on, and this just covers everything perfectly. It blends out. This is smooth. This also has hyaluronic acid. This is perfect if you have dark circles. This pretty much erases any dark circle that you might have under your under eye. This is a natural finish. Also, the coverage on this, I would say more medium. You could build this up, and only thing I don't really care for is the applicator. This is what it looks like. And you have to like keep pressing it up like a pen to get the product up. Hopefully you guys can see that. I just don't like the applicator. And I have the shade 5.5 in this. This really doesn't give me a bright under eye look, obviously, if I'm using it on my entire face. But if you wanted like a super under eye bright look, you could go down to maybe shade 4.5 or probably even try 5.0. But I really love this pen. This just gives you like a nice natural under eye look, and this is another one that never creases on me. This is a long wearing concealer. Like, I love it. They have a decent shade range. You definitely could find a shade to highlight with, a shade to color correct, or just a shade to use as an everyday natural. Next concealer that's absolutely one of my holy grails is from Armani. This is the Luminous Silk Concealer. I sometimes wear this a lot more than my Givenchy concealer. They actually remind me a lot of each other, but I don't know why. As of lately, I just reach for this a lot. Very long wearing. It has caffeine in it, which is really great for making you look more awake and like giving you a brighter look, a brighter under eye look, I feel. Also, this gets rid of any dark circles. This does not settle into any fine lines, and the coverage on this, I feel, is light to medium. No, actually, I feel like the coverage on this is medium. I have the shade 8.75. I have this on right now. I just love this concealer. Like, every time I wear this, somebody always asks me what concealer you have on, and it's usually this one creases on me. This is, like I said, slowly starting to take spot #1. That's how much I like this concealer, and they have a ton of shades. You will have no problem finding a concealer shade with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. Next concealer, I mentioned this last year, and my favorite concealers video, I think I did the ending of last year. This was in that video as well. This is from Decay. This is the Stay Naked Correcting Concealer. This is the full coverage concealer. This is super long wearing. This is a matte concealer. It dries down matte, but it's not drying matte where it makes your under eyes feel too dry. This really looks smooth. It blends out easily. And this concealer, I have the shade 60 and in, and I use this when I want a bright under eye look. Someone who likes full coverage concealers, I think you will really love this one. And they have a ton of shades as well. Concealers are ones that I'm actually really liking at the moment. I'm not going to go into too much detail on these concealers because I do have videos up of all 4 concealers that I'm going to mention. And the first one is from Lancôme. It's the Tint Idol concealer. This was just recently released, I believe July, August, I can't really remember. This is just a nice concealer. This is another one that's full coverage. They have a ton of creases on me sometimes. I don't really feel like this is long wearing, but I can get a good 8 hours wear out of this without creasing. Now if I'm wearing this for longer than 8 hours, let's just say if I'm working a 12-hour day, like by hour 10 this has creased on me, which isn't a bad thing because usually some people don't wear makeup for 12 hours, but I just feel like this isn't as long wearing compared to the concealers that are my holy grails, because I could get a long wear out of those. Another concealer that I like a lot that just was released within maybe the last 2-3 weeks, and this is from Tom Ford. This is the shade in Illuminate concealer. Yes, this is on the pricey side. I like this a lot. I feel like this is very long wearing. I do have the shade 6W1 Spice. This is an okay shade, but this could almost work as a shade to color correct with. I don't mind it, but if you wanted like a shade that's like a natural everyday type of shade, or if you wanted a brighter under eye look, I would definitely go in store to look at these shades instead of just blind buying it or picking a shade online, because that's what I did. And like I said, I'm not too crazy about it, but this has nice coverage on it, and I also feel like this is long wearing. This does not crease on me. This is a pretty good concealer that I like as well, that I wear this sometimes. This is from Hourglass. I feel like the coverage on this is medium to full, and I have the shade Maple. I really love this shade. I feel like this is a perfect concealer shade for my under eyes. This is another one that's long wearing. It's smooth. I feel like with this concealer, this does not work well with all powders. Like depending on what I set it with, sometimes this does crease on me and sometimes it doesn't. You gotta, I feel like for me, with this concealer, I noticed depending on how I set it and what powder I use, sometimes this will crease on me right away and sometimes it won't. So next concealer that I'm absolutely loving, and this is another one that just was recently released over the last few months, is the One Size Turn Up the Base concealer. I like the coverage of this. I like the finish. I feel like Dark One is a perfect shade to use as an under eye concealer. Like this concealer is not long wearing on me. Sometimes I could wear it for, let's say, over 10 hours and it won't crease on me, and sometimes I can have this on for 4 to 5 hours and it start creasing on me. I feel like this is another one that's like the Hourglass concealer. Depending on how I set it or what I use makes a huge difference, where sometimes it will crease right away, sometimes it won't. It just really depends. Okay, y'all, that is it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions about any of these products, feel free to leave a comment below, and y'all let me know some of y'all favorite concealers or ones that you think that I might like. Leave that in the comment section as well, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.